Hello friends, in this lecture I will be dealing with the numericals related to Meselson and stahls experiment. Meselson and Stahl are two scientists who has proved that DNA replication will be always semi-continuous mode. What is semi-continuous mode of replication and what is about Meselson and Stahls experiment? You can watch my other video that is the theory video, and here I will be discussing about only numericals. So now we will see the question. The question here is, if a hybrid DNA is allowed to replicate thrice, the important points you need to underline, then it will be useful to solve the problem accurately. So if a hybrid DNA is allowed to replicate thrice in N14 medium, what is the proportion of light, heavy and hybrid DNA they have asked respectively. So what is a hybrid DNA? Hybrid DNA is a DNA which consists of one strand is of heavy isotope and another strand is of normal isotope. So this is nothing but hybrid DNA, and they said that it is allowed to replicate thrice. Means the first generation we have to see, and then again second generation we have to see, and then third generation we have to see, as it is multiplied, as it is replicated thrice in which medium? In N14 medium. So it is replicated thrice in N14 medium only. N14 medium is the only source for the DNA to replicate. So in the first, replication is nothing but doubling of DNA. So here there is N14 and N15. So N14 is present and N15 is present. And these strands, these will become the template strands, and these will synthesize as the daughter strand. In order to synthesize daughter strand, there is only N14 medium is present. So this will take N14 and this strand will take N14. So if you see here, after doubling of this, one is hybrid DNA and another one is light DNA. Okay. And now this DNA, if it is multiplied again, means if in the second generation also, then what do you get? DNA is get duplicated in the second generation here. So N15 will be present till the last. How many generations you can take? This N15 will be definitely present. And the rest thing is N14 is present. So here 1 has become 2. Here 2 will become how many? It will doubles. Means it will become 4. If it becomes 4, so only this will be a hybrid and the rest of the things will be light. Because only one strand is heavy. That's why you will get that heavy strand. As it is a semi-conservative, parental strand will remain till the n number of generations. The parental strand will remain. But here what will happen? The other strand, as it is growing only in N14, definitely all the strands whichever you get will be of N14, and there won't be a chance of heavy DNA, because here in the starting itself only hybrid DNA is present. So there is no chance of heavy. And what did they ask? They asked light is to heavy is to hybrid DNA proportion they have asked. So here you can't see any heavy. So it will become 0. And the hybrid DNA, how many generations if you continue? You will get only one hybrid DNA. Okay. And then now this 4 will get doubled. So here 1 has become 2 and here 2 will become 4 and here 4 will get into 8. And out of 8, 1 will be hybrid, and we know that there won't be any heavy. Then light how many? Then it will be 7. So instead of writing all these generations, if it is still third or fourth generation, you can write like this. But if they ask for 30 generations like that, it will be difficult to solve. So you can solve in this way. You have to apply the intellectuality. The heavy you won't get it, that's why it is 0. And the how many generations, if you continue also, you will get only one hybrid DNA. So based upon the generations, the DNA will be continuing, means doubling, duplication will be occurring. 1 becomes 2, 2 becomes 4, 4 becomes 8. And only one hybrid DNA you will get and no heavy DNA you will get. So whatever it will be, this number, you have to minus 1 and you have to write it here. This is how you can solve the Meselson and stahls numericals. Let us see the next problem. Let us see this question. Here you can see how many heavy hybrid light DNA are obtained respectively if N15 labeled 5 DNA molecules are allowed to replicate in N14 solution for 3 generations. So what did they had given? They had given that the N15 labeled DNA molecules, how many are there? 5 are there. And this 5 are allowed to replicate in a medium in an N14 solution for how many generations? For 3 generations it has been allowed to replicate. So this is the first generation, this is the second generation, and this is the third generation. So if N15 labeled DNA is allowed to replicate in N14, definitely all the DNA molecules, whatever you get in the first generation, will be of hybrid type, as the parental strand is heavy isotope N15 type and the source they are getting is N14. So definitely all the molecules whatever are formed will be of hybrid type. And again this hybrid type has been replicated in N14 solution. Then what do you get in this? So the parental strand will remain same, and whatever you get the rest of the things, all the things will be of N14. How many you get? It's okay. All will be of N14 type only. And similarly here if you can take, and here it is one DNA. First we will see for one DNA. 1 will get doubled, so it will becomes 2, and this will forms into 4, okay, and this forms into 4, and this will forms into 8. Doubling means, so whatever you will get, the hybrid DNA will be present and the rest of all will be light, and there is no chance of heavy DNA occurrence. So a rest of all will be of light only. This is how it will come if we take one DNA. But here they are telling if we take one DNA, how many hybrids are formed here in the third generation? 2 hybrids. And how many light are formed here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are formed. Means what is the ratio here? The ratio is 1:3 here, the ratio. But here how many molecules they had given? 5 DNA molecules. So you have to multiply this ratio. Means the hybrid and light, they have asked heavy, hybrid and light. Heavy, there is no chance of getting heavy, so it will become 0. And hybrid, how many here? 2. 2 means here there are 5 DNA molecules, so it will get doubled, so 10. And light, how many are there? 6 are there. 5 into 6, 30. So this hybrid is 5 into 2 because here 2 is present, and this light, it is 5 into 6. That's why it is 30. And the ratio will be 0 is to 10 is to 30. This is how you can solve this problem.